What's going on, world? Brian Maxwell, mortgage advisor, mortgage broker over at Fulcrum Home Loans. I just wanted to put up this quick video because there has been a lot of confusion and misinformation about what's going on with Idaho Housing and the brokers. So yes, Idaho Housing has slowed down and limited the amount of broker business that they are willing to do. The reason being is because they have been so overwhelmed with business and all of the loans that the brokers are sending their way, they are not able to keep up with the demand. So what they've done is they've limited the amount that they're taking and they're rebolstering, overhauling, and completely redoing their broker department. Really what's happened is they've gotten so much business because brokers are helping so many people through Idaho Housing that they've said, we need to stop, collaborate, and listen. Idaho Housing's gonna be back with a brand new broker division, okay? And there's probably a reason for it. And I have an idea of why. This is what I think that they've been so slammed. But first, let me explain the difference between a correspondent lender and a broker, if you're not sure of the difference. Correspondent lender, they originate the loan, they underwrite the loan, they fund the loan, and then they sell the loan to the investor. So if you're going with a correspondent lender who's gonna be utilizing Idaho Housing, what they are going to do is they're gonna originate the loan, they're gonna send it to their in-house underwriters, which I'll get to that in a second. And then once it's approved, they're gonna fund it. And then after they fund it, they're gonna sell it to Idaho Housing and then transfer it over. The reason I say in-house is because there's this big misconception that correspondent lenders have the luxury of in-house underwriters. When they say in-house, it's really just an underwriter employed by the same company. They still have to pick up the phone or write an email to an underwriter that could be on the East Coast, could be on the West Coast, could be in the Midwest. It could be an underwriter in a different time zone. Really, what this used to mean with in-house underwriter is that you literally had your underwriters in the same building. Like you would walk up to the third floor and talk to your underwriting department. And before technology and everything, that was a huge advantage. Nowadays with technology and everything, you don't really need to have somebody right in that same building. Clearly, all these correspondent lenders are saying, hey, we've got underwriters spread all across the nation, but they're in-house. I don't really know what the benefit to that is. So if we need to talk to the underwriter as a broker, we pick up the phone just like they do. We send an email just like they do, the correspondent lender, but we just talk to Idaho Housing directly and we just talk to the underwriter while they're working on the loan. So to say that we don't have control, to say that we don't have direct access to underwriters, I don't quite understand that misconception, but it is what it is. So here's the other thing though. The reason that I think there's more broker business going to Idaho Housing is because it's cheaper. So what people don't realize is a correspondent lender, to be able to do a loan for Idaho Housing, they charge a 1% origination fee to the borrower. And then they originate, underwrite, fund, close a loan, and sell it to Idaho Housing. People don't realize a broker doesn't have to charge that 1% origination fee to the borrower. Now, every lender gets the same rate. Every borrower gets the same rate for the same program. Doesn't matter what lender you go to, what broker you go to. If you go shop one lender versus the other on the same day for the same program with Idaho Housing, it's gonna be the same rate. That's a great thing about Idaho Housing, huge benefit. But the correspondent lenders, since they have to employ the underwriters, they have to employ the funders, they have to employ all this staff to be able to do correspondent lending, well, they've got to pay for that somehow. So you, as the borrower, are going to pay more money at closing to have that luxury. As for a broker, you're going to have lower closing costs. And in this day and age where we're not faxing and mailing documents, everything's email and digital, you don't really need a in-house underwriter that's halfway, if not all the way, across the nation. So if you're getting the same service and you're getting the same rate, why would you pay more at closing? I don't understand it. But that's my theory, is that people are realizing that they can save money if they just go through a broker. But here's the other thing. Brokers have way more lenders. If you go to a correspondent lender, that's the lender. They have their options. But a broker has many options. Not only do we at Fulcrum Home Loans do Idaho Housing loans, but we also can do other down payment assistance loans. And we do down payment assistance loans in different states. We're not limited to just down payment assistance in just Idaho and just Idaho Housing. So that's something to consider. That being said, broker, correspondent lender, they're different, and different isn't necessarily better. Thank you for watching. You have a great day.